Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. We are here with our brand new hangar, the McKenzie field hangar from the latest DLC. Oscar Guzman flies again. So I've just purchased this business. If you saw the video I did earlier, the weekly update video, I showcased everything that's new in the game, and obviously this business being one of them. Now keep in mind, I am fully aware that the expanded and enhanced is out on PC. We'll have a video on that later today, but this video is more so my first impressions of this business right here, having just completed it. And by the way, the weekly challenge this week is to complete the Titan job, which is the finale of this, and you'll get $100,000. But I've just completed it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through just what I thought about it and then share with you my final thoughts on how much money you make and the missions and all of that. There's some really good stuff, some not so good stuff, so let's get into it. So that is right, ladies and gentlemen, the Oscar Guzman Flies Again DLC is officially here with all of the vehicles and all new missions. Now, if you want to see everything that is new in this latest DLC and this latest weekly update, as far as new vehicles, what businesses are on sale, what cars are on sale, all the typical weekly update stuff, I'll leave that linked in the description down below. But let's talk about this, the new Oscar Guzman Flies Again DLC. So first things first, one of the things I love most already off the bat is the fact that once you've purchased it and you've gone to the new airfield hangar, you can set it as the spawn point. So fast travel. I don't have any businesses up on that part of the map, so this is perfect for me. So once you spawn up here into your little bedroom, you can go outside if you want, have a little bit of a walk around. There's not too much going on with this business on the exterior. This DLC does come with 20 additional hangar slots, but I think that's for your big hangar, not for this one. This one, I believe, holds 3. But after having a little look around, I decided to go inside and start up some of the bloody missions. So once you're inside, go ahead and log into your PC. The McKenzie Field Import Export. Now you can see here you have two options. You have Oscar Guzman Flies Again, and you have Request Work. You can do the Request Work later on. Those are just little missions. Like just work you can request from him. You get like, I think it's like 30,000 each one you do. But there is a cooldown for them. But the Oscar Guzman Flies Again, that is the main story mission. And that's what we're going to be talking about here in this video. So all of the missions for this you can do with somebody or solo. The setup and style of these missions is very similar to the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid. We already knew this, I talked about this weeks ago, but expect it to be similar to that with similar pay. So the first mission up and running. So for this mission, I decided to just take my motorcycle over there. You can't spawn like an oppressor or a sparrow or a buzzard. You could spawn a vigilante if you want, but I figured the vehicles they leave, nothing's really that far away, so I just used the vehicles that they provided. So we had to go all the way up to the top of a mountain, and this is the first time that I've seen these mountain lions in game. I don't know if this is triggered by the mission. I'm assuming it is, because at this point I hadn't downloaded Expanded and Enhanced yet. So these animals will be coming eventually, just like some more that you'll see in this video, but at this point, during the recording of this video, I hadn't downloaded Expanded and Enhanced, so these are definitely part of the mission. But anyway, we took out a few mountain lions here, then we used our railgun to blow up these little pillars. And then down comes the tower. Now, once the tower had fallen, you can see there's a plane here. I'm like 90% sure I hit this thing a couple times, but according to the health bar on the bottom right there, I bloody didn't touch it. So anyway, we went down as fast as possible and chased down the plane, pulled over on the side of the road and just gave it a couple shots with the railgun, the most OP weapon in the game. And luckily for me, they dropped 2 packages. And you have to go pick up these packages and then just continue chasing the plane. You can't have it drop all 4 of them immediately. So you just gotta let them drop 2, chase the plane a bit more, shoot it, and then drop 2 more. Once it's dropped the second 2, though, that's all of the cargo stolen. So then all we had to do is deliver it to the bloody buyer. Seems simple enough, right? But then all of a sudden, out of bloody nowhere, I'm like driving back to the hangar, just enjoying myself. And then this bloody thing comes and kills. Destroys the cargo that we just worked our butts off for. But ironically, we still got paid 14,000, which is kind of funny considering this is one of the only times we got paid during this whole thing. Anyway, next up, we moved on to the setup mission, MOGUL. Now, for this one, like I say, I just used the vehicle that's provided, so they had a Velum outside, so I picked this up. Now, this mission is what's cool. I mentioned this weeks ago, months ago, telling you guys they had created a new airfield for this DLC, and it's sick, man. I know I'm just getting excited over nothing, but I just thought it was cool repurposing this top this hilltop right here just to this little airstrip. I don't know. Even though it's such a small difference, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But it's a very small difference. But at this point, when we're so used to this map, it's nice to see them be able to mold and change the map like as it's going, right? This is the type of thing that we want to see in GTA 6, where they have more of an interactive map where things can be created and taken away and stuff like that. And by the way, this entire like Oscar Guzman Flies Again DLC, I really enjoyed it. You can definitely feel where it just feels so much more polished than previous DLC. So anyway, we land up on here on this beautiful little landing strip. And at this point, you just got to take out a few people to steal one of these planes. Now, you are prompted to steal one or two of them. If you had like people doing it with you, if you had friends doing it with you or something like that, then sure. But you don't need to. You don't need to. Just steal one of them, and that is all you need. Because also, if one of these blows up, you'll at least have one more left here that you can come and get. Because once you've picked up this plane, you gotta first of all evade the Eberhard jets, which is pretty easy. You just fly around like, you know, you just evade them, little like dogfighting skills. But after you've done that, you gotta destroy the bases, right? Destroying the bases didn't seem too difficult with the carpet bombing. It wasn't until I flew up to this final base right here where a helicopter just decided to kamikaze, and literally as I am coming down to do a carpet bomb, it just turns straight into me. Like, what a load of bloody rubbish that was, man. Luckily, we had a second one. But I'm just saying, if you're doing this solo, you don't need to pick up two of them. And there's multiple things in this video I'll let you know. I will have a guide on this probably tomorrow, but I want to do it a couple times first before I do a guide. But I will give you some tips and tricks. Alright, so anyway, after we finally destroyed that final one with our helicopters flying into us, we just had to deliver this to the McKenzie airfield, and that was it, mission complete. But just like the Clucking Bell farm raid, where you text Vincent, this one you're going to text Oscar and just say, yeah, this is what my decision was and this is what I'm going with. So next up, we have the setup intel. Once again, we just used the vehicle that was provided to us because we're just cool like that. And then we drove to the drone station. Once you get to the drone station, you're literally just going to fly a drone down near the docks. And it's actually quite a lot of fun. Even if you spook them and trigger the alarm and have drones chasing after you, it's still very easy. You just have to get close to these servers and wait to hack them. There's 4 of them in total. They're kind of far away from each other, but they're all very easy, I promise you. We did it first time, and this one I really enjoyed. So once you finish with the drones, though, you actually need to go to a shipwreck. But I know what you're thinking. Where's the correlation there, then? I can't remember, to be honest with you. But once you get to the shipwreck, you just take a few people outside, grab a jet ski, go to the yellow circle, and then you've just got to swim around looking for these bloody... the cargo. There's like 4 pieces of cargo down here. I can show you where mine are just in case they're in the same place every single time. But we had one that was close down next to the ship right here. Another one in the back of this crate right here. You're probably going to be disorientated. You're not going to know where I'm talking about, are you? Be careful of the sharks, by the way. Again, I'm not in Expanded and Enhanced. This is part of the mission. These sharks, which we know, you can actually get one of the awards for this, is if you get into a fight with a shark, you can die, or you can struggle and pull yourself away from it. The sharks didn't attack me, but you might want to get close to them just to escape them, just so you can get the award. Anyway, our last one was just right down here, and once again, I don't even know why I'm showing you, because there's no point of reference. You're still not going to be able to see them. But anyway, once we did that, you just have to deliver the cargo to McKenzie Airfield. Bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle, done. All right, next up, we had the setup for the Iron Mule, which I genuinely, once again, all of these missions I've thoroughly enjoyed. So for the Iron Mule, we went ahead and got in the BF Dune Buggy. I told you guys, by the way, didn't I, this past week? I said, why are they bringing the Dune Buggy back into the game? They took it away, now they brought it back. I was like, they must be coming for this new DLC. Sure, bloody enough, here it is. But anyway, we take the Dune Buggy over to the weapon testing site. Now, this place was full of people, man. Like, I mean, full of people. So you are going to be given the option. It is going to prompt you to say, if you take out that car that you can see driving around on your minimap, you'll be able to use it in the finale. This is only really necessary if you're doing this with people, right? If you're doing it with friends or randoms, then you can go ahead and grab this. But honestly, it is not necessary if you're doing it solo. So if you're doing it solo and you're just trying to be as quick as possible, don't worry about getting that white car. Or the truck, I should say. What you are going to do instead is plant all of the jammers. So you're just going to have to walk around the map, taking out a few people as you go, and then just stabbing these jammers into the ground. Now, once all the jammers are in the ground, you're just going to cause a little bit of chaos, start taking out some of the helicopters, start taking out some of the cars that are on the ground, and eventually the iron mule is going to come, and then you just trigger the jammers that you've been placing, and the iron mules are going to fall to the ground. Then you can go ahead and get inside one of them, turn the jammers off, and fly away. Now, at this point, if you're doing this with people, like I say, you can pick up that car with this. But if you're doing it solo, you don't need to, but I did just because I didn't know what I was doing. But these things are massive. Looks can be deceiving, but I do want to say this thing is incredible. It's got a massive propeller on it, but I can't even begin to explain it. You're going to have to figure it out yourselves. But it just feels good. There's something different about flying this. It feels so much more just fluid and just easy to control. I don't know what to say. I just think flying this helicopter felt better than most helicopters you fly in the game. It just felt so smooth. But anyway, once you're back at your McKenzie airfield, you can drop off the vehicle on the ground, land your helicopter, and then you can go ahead and text Oscar one more time to just say that you're ready to go. All right, now at this point, we're on our final setup mission, which is the ammunition. And this one, Oscar is actually going to fly us over there. You just got to kind of sit there, listen to him for a little bit until you're prompted to jump out and parachute out of the plane. At this point, you're going to fly on down to your MULE helicopter that you had stolen. Seeing again how big the propeller is on this thing, man. It is ridiculous. Anyway, once inside, you can pick up these explosives. You see how I pick up these explosives right here? There's multiple of them scattered all around like the airport and dock. And again, if you were with people and you had multiple helicopters, you could take these, drop them down, but you don't need to. It's a way, you don't need to. I'm telling you right now, you don't need to. If you're trying to do this fast and do it solo, don't worry about picking these up. I did pick them up just because I thought I had to. And then I flew one over, dropped one. I actually missed the boat and it fell on the boat next. And it just fell in the ocean next to it and exploded. So you don't need it. You don't need to land. You don't need to do anything. All I did is grab the green one. There's multiple things you can pick up as far as extra armor, extra ammunition, all of that stuff. You can see that's showing up white on the minimap. I just got the green one. That is all I cared about. And if you're just trying to do this fast, that is all you guys should do too. This is not hard at all, the finale of this. You don't need to get everything else unless you're having a hard time. Anyway, once you've picked it up, you just fly this on over, drop it next to a trailer, and then you can text. And you can see right here, I could pick up some heavy armor. I could pick up a weapons crate. I could pick up some upgrades. I didn't do any of that, and I still thought it was super easy, just letting you guys know. So you don't need to do this unless you're having a little bit of a problem. Anyway, we're on to the final now, the Titan job. Again, we did this thing solo. We're basically in the back of this thing for the majority of this mission, if I'm being completely honest with you. So it's fairly simple. You're just going to shoot at it. You're just going to shoot at the Titan for as long as possible. It's that simple. You are, however, gonna have some helicopters chasing you. You're gonna have some jets chasing you, and the coolest thing of all is they have a submarine that launches missiles at you. And the sound, I can't begin. It just sounds so scary. You hear these things launch from the distance, just these missiles coming out of this bloody submarine, and it is terrifying. I can't explain it. You're gonna have to jump in and do it yourselves. But you can shoot down the missiles. But when they start coming and you hear it, it's terrifying. But anyway, eventually what we ended up doing is we took out the missiles. We ended up taking out and damaging the Titan enough to where it crashed. And then we had a little bit of a gunfight. Not too much, to be honest with you. And then me, being the absolute genius that I am, had to go ahead and repair the engine. So we did kind of this cool little new mini game, to be honest with you. You see right here, I was using my Xbox controller, which I'm not as familiar with the X, Y, B stuff. If it was PlayStation controller, I would have just been able to do it super fast with my eyes closed. But the Xbox one throws me off because I'm not used to the Xbox controller. But anyway, we did it anyway because we're absolutely geniuses. Once you've fixed the engine, you just need to wait because Oscar's going to drop some ammunition right next to this thing. So shoot a few helicopters, shoot a few people. Make sure you have a railgun. The railgun is in the gun van this week, so make sure you go and get it because it'll make these a million times easier. But anyway, eventually he's going to drop these down here here, as you can see, and then you just got to load this into the plane. Once loaded, this is again another fun part. So you fly up alongside a bunch of things in this final mission, and it is just such a good time, man. At first, it was a little bit difficult trying to figure out what I was doing, but once I got the hang of it, it was so much fun. The first thing I had to take out was some 18-wheelers, which was a lot of fun. After that, we finally got some revenge on that stinky submarine. And even though it's shot, this was terrifying. Like, just look at this image right here and tell me this is just not terrifying, man. But anyway, after they shot us with those things, we were able to get our revenge and we took them out. And then after that, another fun one, we had a bloody train. I recommend taking out the front cart first of the train, because that way the train will stop. And then we can just go ahead and take out all of the other ones. But that was it. So once you've taken out that, you just need to drop this thing back off at the McKenzie airfield, talk to good old Oscar, and bada bing, bada boom, paid. So as you can see here, though, on the finale, right? So this is $500,000 is how much money we made. And I was thinking, I'm like, $500,000 is not good enough. But you can see here, we got a $5,000 bonus because we did one of the 8 extra things we can do. So technically, you can probably get around 550,000, 40,000 for the bonuses, and then they probably give you another 10 for doing all of them. So I'm thinking you could probably get 550,000 for all of these. But doing all the bonuses, honestly, it's not worth my time and money. Like, to get all of these additional things that's showing up right here, it would have just taken me like an extra 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes just for an extra 50k. Just doesn't make sense to me. But I'll have a more in-depth guide on this sort of thing later tomorrow. So final thoughts, I do think that this business needs to pay more. I think it needs to pay around 700,000. It does take longer than the Cluckenbell farm raid, but you get paid the same amount as the Cluckenbell farm raid, which doesn't really make much sense to me. It is easier though, arguably. In my opinion, this is much easier than the Cluckenbell farm raid. And I think after I've done this a couple times, I could probably get this down to like 45 minutes, I'm guessing. But either way, it's very easy. It's a lot of fun. I did genuinely enjoy it. As far as replayability is concerned, we'll see tomorrow. Because like I say, we're going to have a guide on this going over not just what we just did in detail, but also the other missions that you can do as well, right? The work, requesting work, showing you all the bonuses, doing it with all the bonuses, the max amount of money you can make, all of that good stuff will be in tomorrow's video. But anyway, we'll be streaming soon. There'll probably be a video on Expanded and Enhanced in a few hours after this one goes live. And then we'll probably be streaming later today. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is a great business. It's just a nice addition. I think they've done a really good job with it. They made it a ton of fun. It does seem like they're ramping up and testing things for GTA 6 once again. The pay wasn't fantastic, in my opinion. It could do with probably like another 100,000, another 200,000 in order for it to make sense. You do have a cooldown as well, but it doesn't take long. It takes about an hour. The Cluckenbell takes around 45 minutes. So I would say 650, 700,000 would be a decent thing, a decent pay for this business. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I'll have a more in-depth guide on this business later today or maybe tomorrow. So make sure you stick around for that, as well as the expanded and enhanced video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you probably when you're watching this. Maybe I'm live streaming. We're going to have an expanded and enhanced video come out, and then we're going to stream some of the expanded and enhanced. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.